Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is Sunday, and this is going to be a different kind of video. We are going to start off with a piece of mail, though, and this one came in the mail a few days back from an absolute legend in the YouTube game, the streamer of games, the referee of Battle of the Autographs, and the overseer of all things Steve the Turtle. And I'm talking the autograph fisherman, John Burgess, sent me an envelope. He had told me, I think, something was coming, but my memory is so bad that I most likely forgot. But that just makes it all the more special, because when John sends something, it's going to be fantastic. Let's start off with the note to say, hey there, hope these autos arrived safely. Yes, they did. And if you actually remember the first one you sent to me, that thing it looked like it had been put through a wood chipper, but yet every single card in what remained of the envelope was fine. Love your jank pack openings. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And actually, I was in a live stream, this morning as I filmed this, but yesterday as you watch this, with Brian LCS, and he gave me kind of an idea about how to improve the jank game. So if the wheel provides this coming Thursday, we will see. You've been my go-to guy for live streams, and I thank you for that. That's the thing. If you ever see John doing a live stream, hop in. It's a good time. All kinds of good talk. It's always a fun time. Keep up the good work, autograph fisherman John Burgess. John, thank you, buddy. That's right. He did say he had a bunch of it's Stephen Rice signed cards, and these look oh, no way. Okay, I remember, what was it? Yes, the red ones here were the French, or the bilingual version in score back then, and the blue one was the American version. And excuse me, weirdly, like with 90, or with a lot of my hockey cards, Pro Set and Upper Deck, I almost combined that into two things. I have weirdly more of the French versions than I do American versions, but these are beautiful. He said they were coming my way. That's as soon as I saw it, like, that's right. I remember him saying that. Beautiful signatures from a great player, coming from an equally great human being. John, I appreciate you, buddy. These are awesome. I'm going to sleeve these up and get them in the hockey binder. And thank you, John. Link to John's channel is down below. I saw the other day in the Discord he has just cracked 250 subs, so congrats, John. But you know what? He is well deserving of at least 300 and definitely more, so let's get John some more subs, get him up to 300. And I appreciate you. These arrived safely. You are the man. Thanks again, and looking forward to hopping in next time you're doing some Game of Thrones streaming. That is a fun game to watch. So again, link to John down below. Give him some love, give him some support, and go praise Steve the Turtle as you should. Coming up next, we have a little bit of a talk and a little bit of a comic opening, but you'll see exactly why in just a moment. And it is a weirdly sunny day in Western New York for mid-October. So apologies for the glare, because normally this time of year I wouldn't have to worry about that. As you can see, I'm joined up here by three of my absolute favorite comic slabs that we got back from VGT with the custom labels. We got the Juggernaut, Wolvie, and Cap versus the proper Red Skull, not the Italian Red Skull from the TV movie. If you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I wanted to do this, and I wanted to open a quick little Ollie's mystery pack of comics and give you some talk about what actually the third segment of this, production, whatever you want to call it, is going to be. First off, we're going to start talking the CBCA Awards, the Comic Book Community Awards. There's a couple weeks left for voting. Link to them is going to be down below, and link to Brian LCS, the creator and guru of the awards. Definitely go over and check it out. And if you haven't voted, vote. There's a lot of channels on that are up for awards that you will probably know. And coming up actually this weekend, we're going to kind of go through these rather quickly. We got From Kaboom and Over the Garden Wall, number 5. That's a nice looking cover, very cartoony. Coming up this weekend is a series of events that I have caught wind of called, is it 3C or C3? I think it's 3C, Comics Curing Cancer. And there's going to be this weekend there's going to be a lot of events, a lot of live streaming to raise money for the American Cancer Society, because cancer is one of those things that's touched all of us. I would say, my grandfather, one of my uncles, many people I've known, family, friends, relatives of friends. It's horrible, and we really need to keep working to find a way to stop it. And they're raising money. There's going to be a bunch of different events. Link to the page, actually. It's sponsored by Rob's Fat Stacks. I'll put a link to the donation page down below. It is a good cause. And I know some events start this Friday, but I am now blanking. I just heard the thing earlier today, and I've already forgotten. But I know for a fact, Brian's show, well, here we got Kaboom 61, number 61 for Adventure Time. I liked Adventure Time as a cartoon. Brian is going to be talking about it on his Breakfast with Brian show this coming Saturday at 10 a.m. on his channel. Link to Brian down below. Go check it out. If you need any information, reach out to him. He'll be more than glad to help you. Very good cause, and I'm hoping to be at least jumping in on some of these events. Another boom. We have number 2 of 6, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers with the Pink Ranger cover. Oh, the original Pink Ranger. Hello, Costumed Nurse. We got Mech Cadet U, number 6 from Boom. And another thing, since I'm opening comics, I'm just giving you something to look at while I ramble. I was tagged by Alex Big Blue. Link to his channel is going to be down below in the 10 comic tag. To what 10 comics you would like to get in the next year. Well, it's not going to be the next year for me. But it's comics that I would like to get. And I know, I'd be willing to bet I'm not going to get any out of one of these packs. But we have another Adventure Time, number 65. Whenever I think of Adventure Time, I always think of the song Jake did, Making Bacon Pancakes. We got Lumberjanes Gotham Academy, number 3 of 6 from Boombox. DC? Boombox? I don't know. Another Power Rangers. So this is why these were in the Jank pack for a while. Featuring Marvel, no. DC, Archie, no. Mirage, no, etc. We've been getting a lot of etc. But anyway, coming up next, we're going to go over to the laptop, and I pieced together a list of the 10 comics I would like. I know that I did it weird. The first 6 of them are series that I would like to get, then one specific issue, and then my 3 grails, as it were. We've got another Power Rangers, number 21. Rest in peace, the actress who played Rita Repulsa. She passed away a while ago, not long after the show. The original show had aired. There we go. Number 1, always loving number 1, Rocko's Modern Life. I liked this cartoon. It was a fun cartoon. 2 more, and then we're going to go over to the laptop, and I'm going to show you what I got. Ooh. Well, this looks... Did I pull one of these before? The Baker Street Peculiars, number 1 of 4 from Kaboom. So, Marvel, DC, Archie notwithstanding, which we obviously didn't get, we got a lot of Kaboom, so I'm okay. And another Over the Garden Wall, a Cartoon Network original, number 20 from the Kaboom. You know what? Because it's always my thing. Sorry, it's a little low, but number 1 there has to go to Rocko's Modern Life, number 1. So that's going to do it. Again, links to everything down below, the Comics Curing Cancer donation page, link to Brian LCS, and from the earlier segment, link to the autograph fisherman John Burgess, and link to Alex Big Blue, because stay tuned, we're heading over to the laptop, and I'm going to show you the 10 comic tag that I came up with. So, see you in a moment. All right, we are now over at the laptop, and I wish I had the editing skills to just sit here and talk and magically make one appear, a cover of a book, but pardon me, I can't, so we're going to do it the old screen sharing way. And now, again, this is to the 10 comic tag from Alex Big Blue, link to him down below. This is 10 comics. The initial one, and I kind of took it off script, was 10 upcoming comics you would like to get. And not being a huge or as big into comics as I really want to be, I kind of took a different direction. I do have 10, mind you, but I did the first 6 as more recent series that I've seen people getting. A lot of the comic people I follow, a lot of them have been getting a lot of these books. Gary B., Slim's Comics and More, Brian LCS, Cole, a lot of those guys. And I really started to like a lot of the series, and I kind of want to get into them. So number 1 came out May 2022, 8 Billion Genies. 1, I love the concept. I love the art there. But if you had one wish, what would you wish for? Now, what if everyone else had one wish too? And it's actually very interesting. It's basically every person, I believe it's every person on Earth, as you can see right there, gets a genie and one wish. And it kind of makes you wonder, what in the world would happen? That looks interesting. I do kind of want to read that. And it's only, I think, only an 8-issue series? Probably. But I can't click on it because I'll screw up what I've lined up. Moving along to the next one, number 2, and these are in no particular order. I've seen quite a few people pulling this one, The Vineyard. I love that cover. And The Vineyard is a family-owned winery that sows and reaps by the blessing of the great god of wine and revelry, Dionysus. However, the Vine's family's patron god requires complete devotion in the form of 4 sacrificial killings a year before each harvest. I love Greek mythology, and honestly, I don't remember Dionysus asking for sacrifices, but who knows? Either way, the cover is beautiful, and I think it would be a cool series, especially now in October. Moving on. Number 3, this one I saw on a list of stuff coming out, and it really looks interesting. Earth Divers, Kill Columbus. Look at that cover, number 1. That is crazy. And this is the first issue, came out about a week and a half ago. I just love the way it looks. Let's see, Stephen Graham Jones makes his ongoing comics debut with Earth Divers. The year is 2112, and it's the apocalypse exactly as expected. Rivers receding, oceans rising, civilization crumbling. Humanity has given up hope except for a small group of outcast indigenous survivors who have discovered a time travel portal in a cave in the middle of the desert and figured out where the world took a sharp turn for the worst. America. Well, man, I don't know about that. But convinced that the only way to save the world is to rewrite its past, they send one of their own on a bloody one-way mission back to 1492 to kill Christopher Columbus before he reaches the so-called New World, But taking down an icon is no easy task, and his actions could prove devastating for his friends in the future. So it's basically Terminator meets Columbus, and I'm kind of digging the concept. I love the cover. I would definitely give it a read. Just to, I'd like. I don't think anybody on that I follow has grabbed it, but if anybody has even seen it, I'm curious to know what you think. Moving on, number 4. This one I've seen quite a few people pull. The Joneses. It's a recent series. Spinning out of the pages of The Resistance, The Joneses focuses on a suburban family with a big secret. In the global pandemic known as the Great Death, mother, father, sister, and brother were all transformed into something superhuman. While the world embraces fascism born of fear, the Joneses realize they face grave consequences if they are exposed as reborns. Do they keep a low profile and hide in plain sight, or use their powers for good and risk exposure? It's curious. I like it. Moving along. This is a series I really did want to get into, mainly because of this name right here, Keanu Reeves. The world can say what they want. I think Keanu Reeves is an international treasure. Discover the next Oh, and this is Berserker, by the way. Love the title and Keanu Reeves. Discover the next blockbuster action franchise from the iconic Keanu Reeves. Amen. In his must-read comic book writing debut, which is cool. I kind of want a Keanu Reeves written comic book. The man known only as Berserker is half mortal and half god, cursed and compelled to violence, even at the sacrifice of his sanity. It's Keanu Reeves. That does it for me. Next, this is an older series, but I was such a huge fan of the cartoon back in the 80s growing up, and I never actually read any of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I found that starting in 2011, they had a run from IDW, and I kind of want to check some of them out. I mean, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm a fan. You should be a fan too. Moving on, I think this is the one specific issue I actually want. And that's all you need to know. Archie versus Sharknado. Honestly, what else do you really need to say? There was also, I think, a series, Archie versus Predator. But Archie versus Sharknado. Now, the next 3, the final 3, because this was number 7, are my Grail comics, and they feature first appearances from some of my favorite characters. Granted, they're all villains. It is what it is. I like the bad guys. You can't have a hero without a bad guy. That's all I'm saying. Again, I say that many times. But this one, it's the X-Men number 3 from January of 1964. This is maybe one day. But it is the first appearance of the Blob. Big fan of the Blob as a character. Loved him. Loved the way they did him in the X-Men cartoon in the early 90s. The fact that he threw an empty ice cream tub at... Who was this? People that remember better than me. I think he threw an empty ice cream container at either Storm or Rogue. It was a flyer. And he threw this container with such velocity that it knocked them clear off the screen. It's hilarious, but I do love the Blob as a character. And this is his first appearance, and I think it would be cool to get some first appearances of some of my favorite characters. Beware of the Blob. Number 9. This is an interesting one. This is Long Shot. Number 3. From 1985. Now, the reason for this, can't do that, is this gentleman right here. Mojo. I love Mojo. You've seen my little Mojo up in the record room. You've seen him in the slab form just a little bit ago. I love me some Mojo. And this is his, from what I've looked, very first appearance at Mojo and the Mojo verse. And finally, you probably didn't need to ask. You've seen him in slabs. You've seen him probably on a t-shirt I've been wearing. You've seen him on my forearm. My White Whale book, X-Men, number 12, from July of 1965. Well, one, you got the origin of Professor X because you have the debut appearance of the Juggernaut. One of my all-time favorite villains, and this would be an absolute one-day Grail book. That's basically it. That is my 10. I hope you liked them. Hopefully there's some interesting choices that people may or may not have expected. A lot of the comic people I follow have already done this tag, so do a lookout for them. There's some really interesting books, and anybody that hasn't done it, that might not be really big into the comics, or were back when you were younger but have kind of lapsed, I would be curious to see some of your videos and your choices. But for that, links to everything I've talked about in this video are down below. Autograph Fisherman John Burgess, Brian LCS, the Comic Book Community Awards, the donation page to Comics Curing Cancer for the events that are coming up this weekend. Link to Alex Big Blue. Hopefully everybody's doing well and has enjoyed this incredibly rambling and all over the place Sunday video. We will see you tomorrow for some Magic Monday.